Hello, 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 hello. I don't know. It always gets me when I do that. I don't know why I still do that. I'm just testing it out. Really, that's what I'm doing. Okay, enough for the rambling. Hello everybody. We are here for this major snowstorm, day 2, and this is still a huge snowstorm. We're still looking at various impacts across the eastern United States, and we will be covering them in this video. I'll also show you some of the local conditions in my area, because I am in the winter storm now, so that will hopefully give you a sense of what is going on. Here is the radar. Wait, am I on the right scene? Here is the radar for New Jersey, which is where I am. I'm in the northern corridor of New Jersey, so just for reference, I'll show you what it's like. But you can see there is very heavy snow going across the state right now, also into eastern Pennsylvania, also some very heavy snow in Baltimore, Maryland, and you can see that freezing line is, well, not freezing line, it's the ice snow line. That is fairly far south right now, so at the moment, we're mostly getting snow. Of course, that's going to change eventually towards the afternoon, but I still imagine that we're going to get mostly snow. So here we have the current picture, and you can see some very heavy snow currently across the area, and that will continue for quite a bit until, of course, it transitions into sleet and ice. But, of course, those are not the only areas experiencing snow. We have some snow in Ohio. We also have some snow going up to Cleveland. We have a small amount of snow near Louisville right now, even though there is one heavy band near Hardinsburg. We have some snow in southwestern Kentucky, but then it starts to go down the amount of snow that's currently going on once you reach Arkansas. Pretty much all of it is over for them. There might be a little sliver of snow still possible in the northwest corner near Fayetteville. You can see the small little snow band is still possible. However, I'm not really expecting much accumulation of that. That's mostly just backside precipitation. You can also see all of the ice in this area, too. It goes all the way up into Tennessee, through Mississippi, down to Louisiana. So we have a bunch of ice still going on, and that will remain a concern as we continue to move through. And we still have that ice going on in Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. That was to be expected. We are expecting still much more ice to come and much more sleet to come in those areas. So please be aware out there. We could see slippery conditions from that, and potentially very, very notable power outages. So, anyways, this is what the current picture across the U.S. looks like. Let me just put on the satellite. Here you can see it's starting to become visible, especially with it being morning. It's a very large storm, definitely very widespread, I would say. So, definitely deserves some attention, I can tell. But otherwise, what are we exactly looking for today? So, we are looking at several things. For one, we have the SPC Outlook, and they've issued a 5% risk for tornadoes. Now, this, of course, isn't the main concern. I would argue that the snow is probably more of a concern, because tornadoes are not very widespread in this scenario, and also, it's just a very small area. But still, I shouldn't be comparing events, because, of course, tornadoes can be still a big concern, so, especially for the areas that are under that risk. So, Mobile, Alabama, Tallahassee, Florida, Albany, Georgia, Dothan, Alabama, and Pensacola, Florida. Please be aware today, as there is a small tornado risk. We also do have a wind risk, and that is likely the biggest risk that we're going to experience. It's not going to be hatched, so therefore, it's not really going to be damaging thunderstorm winds. I mean, it will be damaging thunderstorm winds, but not very damaging. And then hail, we're not really expecting hail. So, very interesting storm, a lot of different components to it, but we will be here to cover it all today. So, that is pretty much all I needed to say. Now, I guess I could show what it's like here. I can show it through this window or through the front window. I'm just going to show it through this window. My computer's charging right now, so let me just show you what it's like. It's really hard to see. I can't really do it with my computer. But you can see it's very much coming down. You can see some large amounts of snow on the patio next to me. Low visibility. I'll show you more of it later. I'll probably go outside at one point, so there we can get more of a view of what's going on. But for now, I'm just going to be staying here for the radar in this massive winter storm. We do have this mesoscale discussion for the Northeast. Heavy snowfall with rates of around 1 inch per hour is expected to continue to develop from parts of the upper Ohio Valley eastward to the mid-Atlantic this morning. The latest mosaic radar imagery shows widespread snowfall ongoing from the Ohio Valley eastward into the mid-Atlantic. Now, of course, this is not always going to be snow. It's going to change into sleet eventually. That's mostly because it's warmer in the upper layers of the atmosphere, like 2,000 feet, 5,000 feet above your head. So that it will cause some of the transition to sleet because it's going to be rain for a brief moment and then freeze again on impact. So we do have to expect that. But right now, it's remaining snow, just because it's cold enough in the atmosphere. And that's mainly because, it's the morning, so it's a little colder. Alright, so we got a special weather statement for Alabama. Line of heavy rain with gusty winds. It's interesting how this isn't a thunderstorm. I find it a little strange that this isn't actually a thunderstorm. Because, it looks like a thunderstorm, but it's so close to the ice precipitation that I think it's cold for a thunderstorm. So I'm not really sure what that's about. But currently heading through eastern Birmingham right now. You can also see all of the stuff. You can see we got our first special marine warning. It's not for water spouts, though, so don't worry about that. But they are strong thunderstorms, so we do have our first few strong thunderstorms at the moment. Those will bring some impacts to eastern New Orleans and to Bay St. Louis. But, yeah. Some of the winter storm warnings have been canceled for Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, of course, as the storm moves through. We do have still a single winter storm warning for Chicago. That's mostly due to the lake effect. It's kind of going to be moving south-southwest, which is kind of rare in these lake effect snow events. So, you'll be seeing some snow in that area from the lake. But we are watching across the U.S. for more information. Another special weather statement just issued near Gulfport, Mississippi. That's for some more strong thunderstorms, I presume. Yeah, strong thunderstorm. Winds in excess of 40 miles per hour. No hail, as we weren't really expecting hail. You can see it there. Guess we should look at some cameras. So let me see where the biggest precipitation is right now. You can see some very heavy ice in eastern Kentucky. So let me see if that's ice or sleet. Let's look. I think I have Kentucky here somewhere. Where's Kentucky? Do I have Kentucky? I actually don't think I do. I mean... So let's look. Where is the traffic cameras? I don't know what that means. Traffic cameras. It's like no filters. What's the filters? Oh, there they are. Okay. Let's look over here. I think there's some ice in this area. What's that? Camera. There a camera? Wait, let me just see. Is it even as a camera? Yeah, apparently it is. Don't know where it is. It's just... Oh, here's the link. Yeah. Some blowing snow in my area now. It's a little windy at this point. It's not going to be blizzard conditions, most likely, but... Taking a bit to load. Oh. I don't know what that was about. Okay, there we go. This is a picture camera, so we won't be able to see that much. It looks like it will be ice because I do see the raindrops here. So that makes sense if it was ice. Looks slippery on the roads. There's not really anybody out, so that's good news. But it looks snowy, but I don't know if I can trust that. I mean, in the precipitation in this area, we are witnessing mostly... Actually, it is on the line, to be honest. It's right on the line there from ice to snow. So we don't really know. I mean, what does this warning say? It says heavy mixed precipitation, so it might be some sleet in there, too. Let's see if we can find any other heavy... I do want to look at Baltimore, because I feel like there is some heavy snow there. I just gotta find... Okay. Let's look at Baltimore. Because there is some heavy snow, it seems like. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best quality, but you can see how all the cars are going slow on this road. This is I-95 north of Cadden. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I think snow's still going on. Yeah, you can see some snowflakes. It's just kind of hard to tell. Definitely some snowy roads. It's similar here. There's a plow. Kinda doing its job. But yeah. You can see the camera here. Let's move on to the radar, just to see what's going on there. There's a special weather statement for the coast there. Dense fog. So be careful with visibility there, Florida and Georgia. Just heard a plow come through. Don't know. Like, this could be... Yeah, okay, so... It says it has mostly transitioned into sleet, so... I mean, I'm not sure. It doesn't look so much like sleet here, but it could be slippery. I mean, sleet, of course, is similar to snow, so you're not going to really see too much of a difference. I mean, let me look at weather-wise, because that actually shows the difference. I gotta see. Okay, so it's almost in Baltimore, but Washington, D.C. is under the sleet. It just doesn't show that on Radar Omega. All of New Jersey is under snow. You can see parts of Delaware on the sleet. Some very fluffy snow right now. I would say there's about 3 inches on the ground over here. But yeah, heavy snow all across New Jersey, eastern Pennsylvania, New York. You can see some ice down here in southern Virginia near Lawrenceville, Emporia. Richmond is under sleet. But yeah. Oh, I forgot to change the scene. I always do that. But yeah, here's where the sleet is at. You can see over here. Some heavy snow. Let me actually see when we're expecting the severe weather, because I'm unsure. I think it's coming soon. I'm just unsure if we're going to be able to actually see it during this stream. So, let me just... Why are all these green? I don't know why they're all green. Let's look at the reflectivity and go to regional Southeast US. That's too far out. I don't know why that's there. We're just looking at the models right now, so... You can see, those are a lot of little storms over there. Let me see what it says on the 14Z, actually. Yeah, a bunch of little storms out in front of the line, but I feel like we're just gonna get a lot of mergers with the line today. I feel like it's not gonna be much more than that. I don't think we're seeing any like big storms out in front. We're not really expecting that. But let's look at the dynamics. Well, that's not this cape we usually look at. We do have 1,000 joules per kilogram, up to 1,300 joules per kilogram in the Florida Panhandle. So, very interesting. Could cause some impacts. It's a very small corridor where this is going to be true. I mean, there's also 700 joules per kilogram in Alabama, but that's not nothing. Let's look at the shear. She was good across in Alabama. I mean, good for storms, not like good for our center. I mean, I think we're gonna see a lot of QLCS spin-ups, it looks like. We could get some storms in front, but it looks like this is mostly gonna be a QLCS spin-up day. I'm thinking that. Like, we might see maybe 1 or 2 supercells, but I'm thinking this is mostly a QLCS spin-up day, so that's something to note. Even though we do see a couple of storms. You can see this one storm here by Biloxi. That's kind of developing, but it's not really that developed. I'm not expecting much from it. Of course, that is the severe weather side of things. But we also have winter weather to track, so... Still heavy snow or sleet. It's most likely sleet across Washington, D.C. Let me see if we can get a camera in that region. Where is it? Oh, several cameras here, that's why. It looks very low visibility here. Did I switch the scene? I might have. I don't know. I think this is just a picture camera. It's hard to tell. Oh, no, it isn't. You can see that car moving. So... not really easy to see much, but... you can tell it might be some sleet and slick on the roads, I would say. Getting really windy over here. I'll show you guys in a sec. Show you guys more of a view. In a sec. Special weather statement in Detroit. I don't know if that's for snow. Yeah, so some snow, but that's kind of old. It said like 9 a.m. and wait, 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Yeah, I mean, it still applies. Most of the snow has fallen into Canada, but you can still see some snow in that region. And down to Cleveland, got some heavy snow. Maybe induced by the lake effect. I mean, that's probably just the storm. Don't know why I'm looking in Alaska. I always do that. Special weather statement over here. That's due to the strong thunderstorm near Diamond Head. I think that's this storm, actually, so I think they're just slightly under the special weather statement. This is not the storm they're talking about. So, currently looking at the situation across the U.S. Still got snow going on, especially in the eastern corridor. It continues. Definitely some very heavy snow in my area still. Gotta look. Yeah. Getting windy. My bad. Just looking at more stuff. Is that a new measure skill discussion? No, it was already there. But we can look at it anyways. There is this measure skill discussion here. Wait, let me go to the SPC. There's this measure skill discussion for the Ohio Valley. Moderate to heavy snow rates to continue through the morning. That, of course, will end quickly because, of course, that it's further west, so it's gonna end quickly. Let me see if we got any more runs. Don't know. Of anything, I mean, we can look at the RFFSA. Here. Let's see that sleet moving up. We'll get a little bit of sleet, but it's not gonna last for that long, to be honest. It's only gonna last for like 4 hours. It's gonna go back down again. You can see a little bit of snow on the backside. But yeah, there's much more confidence in it ending much earlier now. So that is notable. I mean, this storm basically gets out of the U.S. by like 4 a.m. So that's very different than before. See a tiny bit of snow in Oklahoma for some reason. Don't know what that's about. But yeah, couple of storms going on right now. Nothing really new. That special weather statement for New Jersey is gone, by the way. It's gone. See if we can get something in Ohio. Don't think that's working fully. Okay, here's a nice view. Some heavy precipitation here. can see it's very snowy. Winter Wonderland over here. I don't know why this doesn't fully load. Oh, there it is. I don't know what this brown stuff on the trees is. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if anything. Okay, here's the scene. I'll be right back. I just need to check on something. Sorry about that, everyone. A little delay. Alright. We got a mesoscale discussion, 4 hours severe weather. Let's look at this. I just need to turn the data overlays off. We got our mesoscale discussion. Tornado watch likely. We are now expecting a tornado watch. Let's see this. Severe potential will likely increase into early afternoon with a QLCS and embedded supercells. That's exactly what I was thinking. Embedded supercells capable of producing damaging winds and tornadoes. A tornado watch will likely be needed. A longer pronounced cold front to the south-southwest of the surface cyclone between TCL and SEM, convective intensities appear to be increasing to the central Gulf Coast. Let me just... Prefrontal cells have also increased over the past hour. So, there is actually some prefrontal cells, too. Yeah, and there's some large photographs favoring mesocyclone and mesovortex developments from southwest Georgia to the eastern Florida panhandle. If semi-discrete supercells can form ahead of and merge into the QLCS, a longer track tornado or two is possible. So that really changes things. I feel like, yeah, and look at this tornado intensity. That's usually higher than what we see with a 5%. And not really. We usually see this with a 5%, but 100 to 130 miles per hour. This is definitely more than probably what we were expecting, and you can see there's already some supercell structure over here near Citronelle. Don't know if that has any velocity to it. It doesn't really. But seems like this is going to be a day where you got to watch out. Even if you live up there in Montgomery, Alabama, it definitely seems like it's going to be a risk. I need to see what timing. It looked like, here, let me look at this again. HRRR is coming out now. Sorry about that. You're seeing that risk evolve. There is a little supercell there, or something, that's kind of merging into one. And over here, too. That's at about 1 p.m., so 2 hours from now. And even some stuff the next hour, I think, could be likely. It is clear that they're going to issue a tornado watch soon, so... Looks like this is all happening very soon. Looking in Point de la Hache, you can see small special weather statement. Strong thunderstorms will impact the Point de la Hache region. And over to... Here we go. So we have our first severe thunderstorm capable of producing water spouts. So this is not on land yet. But you can see this is a first warning for water spouts. We have it off the coast of Mississippi, Bay St. Louis, Gulfport, Biloxi, Pascagoula. You can't really see much on this radar here, wait. Yeah, you can't really see much on either of the radars, but you get the idea. There is the potential for water spouts in that region. So just be aware if any boats capsize and stuff. But of course, that's not over land yet. So I wouldn't be too concerned. Anyways, going back to the snow side of things. Still have very heavy snow in this area, in my area. Also, you can see it's kind of catching up the radar app to what the WeatherWise is saying. Now it's saying this ice and sleet goes up to Washington, D.C., which is more sensible. It probably goes up to Baltimore, too, by this point, but definitely it's getting further north. We'll be changing over to sleet very soon in many areas. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're expecting. A lot of mesoscale discussions. Let's see a little storm there. I know if it seems like I'm a little more interested in the tornado threat. I've always been, like, interested in tornadoes a little more, but I do want to focus on the snow weather stuff, too. Especially if it's going on in my area, so... I'm gonna try to balance everything. It's more of an immediate concern, that tornado stuff. Like, it happens more quickly, I mean. So that's probably why I had more an idea what's going on there. I just changed the title real quickly. But yeah, lots of snow going on. You can see that clearly in these areas. Alright, everybody, I'm gonna be right back. I think I just need to eat breakfast, so let me just do that.